What's up? I'm here, Jordan. Look, you know what happened? About like 20 minutes ago, iDubbbz just released his content cop on Tana Mongeau. Whatever her name is. Dude, I've been so stoked. I've been waiting for this moment my whole last 2 days, ever since the whole N-word incident happened. That was more than 2 days ago. I'm prepared. I got some fucking snacks. I'm about to watch this thing. I've been waiting so long for this video to come out that it's party time because it's that exciting to me. And I've been thinking about making a video about this whole ordeal, but I waited and this content cop just dropped, so I will kind of like be sharing my thoughts as I watch the video. I will not be showing the whole video. You can go to youtube.com/iDubbbzTV to watch the full version. This is just like a little react and response type deal. So I definitely don't want to take away from his traffic. You should watch the full video in its entirety. And yeah, let's get right into this. Yeah! Is that Max? He puts a lot of work in his intros.
If iDubbbz broke both of his legs and lost all of his subscribers, I would be genuinely happy. This guy that legitimately terrified me was iDubbbz.
We're going on a road trip. We're going to see Tana Mongeau.
Oh my gosh. He vlogged this? Holy fuck! I am so excited to be watching this. I'm so pumped that he vlogged this. What the fuck, dude? Oh, I was so, ever since this happened. And Caroline too. I should have Caroline here, but she's not home right now. But I just want to do this right now. Me and Caroline were like freaking out when this whole iDubbbz thing, because we both love iDubbbz. And I have nothing against Tana. I actually already knew who she was. I've seen maybe 1 or 2 of her videos. And I also saw her on Shane Dawson's podcast. So like, I knew who both of these people were. And we're really big fans of iDubbbz, Caroline and I are. So when the whole thing happened, we found out about it, right? And we were both just like, it's just like, it's iDubbbz's sense of humor, you know what I'm saying? It was just, we were just like so fucking in disbelief that he even would do that it was just crazy. We were like, what the fuck is going on, iDubbbz? What are you doing? And we were instantly like, what is he gonna upload? He's plotting. He's doing something big with this. And we were just like, we've been so hoping. It's been like a week maybe? I don't even know. Hoping that he was gonna make a content cop. And he just did! So, cheers to that.
Another episode of Content Comp. Today's theme on Content Comp is equality. Her life is fucking bananas. Now, this is a story all about how Disney star stole my money for cocaine. Now, this is a story.
What? What? Dude! Okay, so I'll just put in my 2 cents here about the whole story time thing. I know story time videos are like a meme now, everybody makes fun of them, but I have an appreciation for people who are really good at telling stories. I feel like it's entertainment. When someone tells a really great story and you're entertained, YouTube's purpose has been served. You know what I'm saying? Even if that person stretches the truth and really, like iDubbbz said, embellishes it, the point of YouTube, people watch to be entertained. And so I think if she's telling stories and making them more interesting, I get it. I understand. That's her thing. She's just a really good storyteller, and I'm not saying she's a really good liar. I'm saying if you're sitting around the campfire and someone were to tell a story, she would be a very good candidate to stand up and tell the story around the campfire to everybody. You know what I'm saying? Even like in primitive times, they had storytellers. That was a thing. People were storytellers. Now, with all this technology and everything, we don't like sit around a campfire and like hear the tales of old anymore. You know, nobody does that. But that's always been a thing for humanity, is telling great stories. And I think Tana is just one of those people. She's really good at telling stories, and it's entertaining, and it draws people in, and people want to hear. I feel like Tana does that on her YouTube channel, and that's what all YouTubers are trying to do. They're trying to engage their audience and connect with them, and that's what Tana is really good at doing through telling stories, even if they're exaggerated. People may say, hey, that's clickbait. She's just like using clickbait and then just lying about stuff. Maybe, I don't know. I don't really know how much of this stuff is true. I've only seen maybe 2 of her videos. The bottom line is, like, that's a talent in and of itself, being able to tell a good story. So anyways, I'll get back to iDubbbz now.
All about how Guru Gossip Spy drugged me at Playlist Live. And now this is a story all about how I was involved in a shooting. A couple months ago, Tana Mongeau tweeted at me that she was very unhappy with my use of the N-word.
Okay, so I did not know that. I did not know that she tweeted iDubbbz months ago. Holy fuck, that changes everything. I seriously did not know why iDubbbz was like messing with this girl, but now I know. There's a reason. Because she told him she didn't like the way he was using the N-word, and then he found videos of her using it, and it's just like, I gotcha. See, it's one thing to like use the word, like Post Malone. I didn't know, he said the N-word when he was like 16 or something. And he said, I'm sorry, I was young, I was a 16-year-old, I was dumb, you know, and there's really no reason for it. And I regret it, and I'm sorry. And that's like, okay, that's like totally acceptable. You use the N-word, and then later you're like, that was dumb, I regret, I'm sorry I said that. I just shouldn't, like, there's no reason for it. I have no excuse. You know? It's totally different when you used to say the N-word, and then later come at other people who say it. Like, if you want people to forgive you, then, like, you need to be graceful to other people, you know what I'm saying? When you publicly call somebody out on something, that's a big deal. Twitter is very public, especially when you have a lot of followers like Tana and iDubbbz do. So, when you come at somebody, and you're like, yo, I don't like the way you use the N-word, but you used to use it in an aggressive way, and iDubbbz did not use it in an aggressive way. It was just in a joking way. And she used to actually use it as an insult. Whoa, whoa, whoa. You shouldn't be the one calling him out here. You know what I'm saying? And that's just the way it is, and I think everybody sees it. Yeah, let's get back to iDubbbz.
Then she tweets at me, kill yourself, and then she'll vilify me on her live stream. And I decided to take it to her front door and see how she'd react if I simply asked her to say the dreaded N-word.
There it is! So that's the full story. Oh, I'm so pumped. Like, honestly, I know that's a bad word, and white people aren't supposed to say it, but I think, look at the big picture of what iDubbbz did, and I think in that context, it was appropriate. He used it as a way to, because she was calling him out on Twitter and her live streams, and it's like, okay, you really can't do that. Like, when you used to use the N-word, you really can't call other people out for using it, especially a comedian in a comedic setting. I'm not saying it's okay or not okay, but I'm just saying, well, you know what I'm saying. I fucking hope. What the fuck, dude? I also feel like iDubbbz was in the right because she started it, and it's like, I don't know, just like choose your battles wisely. If you're gonna start calling someone out, it better not be iDubbbz. Unless there's a good reason for it, you know? But like, seriously, iDubbbz of all people, he does the content cop.
It doesn't matter the context that you say it in, it's still racist.
It doesn't matter the context you say it in, it's still racist. Listen up, teachers of America. If you've ever read aloud Huckleberry Finn to your students, you've engaged in an act of racism.
I remember we were reading in school. We were like going through the class, and each person read like a paragraph or two, and the next person would go. And wouldn't you know it, in my paragraph, there was the N-word. And it actually came up a lot in the book we're reading. It was not Huckleberry Finn. It was something else. I think it was a book about slavery, but there were a lot of N-words in that book. And it came up a couple times in that class period, just like 5 minutes before it got to me, and other kids would like, just like stop reading. They'd get to the sentence with the N-word in it, and they would just stop. They would just sit there. Every single time, the teacher was like, just say it. And so everyone was saying it. So when it got to me, I said it too.
The supporters call themselves N-word faggots. Like, that's what they call each other. Faggot, faggot, faggots.
Whoa, Tana, you're gonna drop the F-bomb like that? Listen, Tana, it doesn't matter the context you use it in. It's still homophobic. Obviously, that's just a bit of hyperbole on my part.
Damn! Roasted! That's so true. That is so true. Garlic sauce. So true.
We are very fucking stupid to hold the word nigger at this colossally high standard, whereas every other slur, that can be used in a comedic sense or editorial sense, but not this one, because that one has history.
I see where he's coming from here, but I do not agree with him. I feel like the N-word has a deeper, darker history than, say, the word faggot. Like, I don't even want to say the N-word, not even for example. I just don't want that word coming out of my mouth. That is a word that is part of something terrible that happened in our country and was a part of our country for a very long time. Slavery, it's a big deal. But the word like faggot, I don't know, it's just not the same. The word shit is a swear word. Like, I've legitimately met people who don't want to say the word crap because they think it's bad. But I think just about everybody watching would agree that the word shit is more of a bad word and the word crap is less of a bad word. So that's why I don't agree here. I think the N-word is worse than calling someone most other names. And it's not completely gone. I mean, there's people alive now who were alive when there was actual segregation in our country. You know what I mean? Those people from back then are still alive today, some of them. And they're our grandparents or whatever. And some of our grandparents are still racist. And that's a thing I've seen. I've seen old people who are still racist. And it's like, whoa, it's 2017. You can't be racist anymore. But they're just like so deep rooted in the way they were brought up. That's how people were raised. So I think that's another reason why the N-word is still such a dangerous word on so many levels.
If you try to come online and tell me that I can't say a particular word, but you say words that are just as offensive, in the famous words of Tana Mongeau,
kill yourself. The definition of desensitizing society to the N-word.
That, for one split second, I can see where Tana is coming from in this whole thing. She's upset that people are desensitized to the N-word, and that actually makes some fucking sense. Because what she claimed is that she was so desensitized to the N-word that she didn't even realize it was bad, which sounds really stupid. But that could be true, and I'm not saying it is. I'm just saying I could see that. Because the way we were raised, we learn things, that some things are okay and some things are not, and sometimes they get switched. And so I can kind of see what she's saying about being upset that people are desensitized to the N-word, because that's her situation. She got in trouble because she was desensitized to it, at least according to her story. So now she's coming back and saying, stop saying it, stop saying it, stop saying it. You're desensitizing other people, and then when they're 13, they're gonna say it and not even know that it's bad because they're being desensitized by all of you. That actually makes some sense. I totally get where Tana's coming from based on that. I'm still not saying I agree with her, but I at least understand where she's coming from, and I hope that you do too. Because growing up, there's some things that I was desensitized to, or that I thought were okay or not okay, and then I became an adult and I'm like, oh fuck, I can't do this. Or, oh fuck, I should start doing this that I never, you know what I mean? Like, you just learn when you grow up, oh, some of the things that I thought were okay actually aren't okay. Why did I think that? I don't know. So I can see why she's like taking this stance now. It makes a little bit of sense.
I replaced say cheese with say nigger. How funny is that? Not really funny, but what is funny is your reaction to it.
He's right. That's not a funny thing to do. But in the context, it makes sense. And in the context, it is funny in a poetic justice type of way, that she used to use the N-word and then calls other people out for using it now, and then he would go to one of her shows and say that. It's just ironically funny that somebody would do that to her. But he's absolutely right. You have to look at the context. Context is everything. I can never open these fucking Teddygrams things. They're all like stuck together.
This is the epitome of being a basic bitch.
I want that to be my ringtone. I think we have to be careful because there are people who are actually still racist. And if you've ever met someone who's like an actual racist, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. And you will know there's a big difference between a comedian making a racist joke, which may be inappropriate. Even if it is inappropriate, that doesn't necessarily guarantee that he is a full-blown racist. I've met people who actually are racist, and it's like, oh my gosh, I'm shocked that you would say that and actually think that in a conversation, you know, because it's not for comedic value. They're not on the internet trying to make people laugh. It's just like a one-on-one conversation, and they say something that's so racist and bad, and you're like, wait, people like you still exist? Like, I thought everybody just knew that we're all equal. But apparently, there's still a couple dumbasses out there who think fucking their race, usually white, not always the case, but usually white, think that they're better than people of other skin colors. And it's like, I don't get it. What? You still think the earth is flat too? Like, that's so old. That's so outdated. Like, everybody knows that the earth is round. Everybody knows that all humans are equal and that skin color doesn't matter. Why would you still think that? But there are people who actually think their race is superior to other races. It's fucking insane.
Say nigger.
I could definitely see how that would freak a girl out. He already said he's one of the last people there. So this dude is coming up and says something offensive like that. And she's like, what, 18? Or something like that? Like a teenage girl. And she's like, freaked out. Now, I can totally see why she would be freaked out. Like, that's so understandable. And actually now seeing it and thinking about it that way is actually not as funny. iDubbbz put so much work in his content cop videos. I love this. I don't know, man. Whenever I see people of influence publicly calling out another person of influence, I just feel like, damn, you gotta make sure you're in the right before you do that. First, DM them or text them or get a hold of them some other way. Send an email and be like, yo, this bothers me about what you do. But like, you don't even do that. You just put them on blast in front of your tons and tons of followers. I just hate it when people do that. Especially because it just makes people fight, and sometimes the information is not even correct. Because I've seen some of my friends get called out by like social justice warriors publicly, and then come to find out later, like the stuff that the social justice warrior was saying like wasn't even true. And it's just like, fuck. If you would have sent a motherfucking DM, then you would have saved everyone a lot of confusion and drama, but you didn't. You just went straight to Twitter. Like, wow, that's so mature. Way to handle all this power that you have by having such a huge following. It's just, I feel like it's just disrespectful of the following that you have. Yeah. Now I see what was going on. The whole time I was just like wondering why iDubbbz did that. So yeah, I hope you enjoy this video. I don't think that the N-word is okay. Like, just don't say it. But I understand what iDubbbz did, and I understand why. And I feel like she had it coming. That's all I'm gonna say. If you're gonna call someone out publicly like that, like, you just need to expect for them to expose you back. And that's why drama is such a dangerous thing. Thank you so much for watching. I guess I'll talk to you later. I ate all the pizza. Bye.